My name is Natalie Perez, and I have an interview with the front woman of the band Sister Sin on August 16th, 2012. First off, what type of band are you guys, and can you give me a brief summary as to how you guys got together?
How we started?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was, from the beginning it was me and the drummer, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
He actually started that already.
Mm-hmm.
Right before I joined the band, he started a band with three other guys,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't have the name Sister Sin by then. They don't have any name, and they were looking for a singer, but they wanted a male singer in the band.
Mm-hmm.
But the guitarist, he thought it would be fun to try a girl, so he hooked me up. I got an audition, and after that, they just decided that they didn't want any male, that they prefer a female singer, so I got like the spot right there. But then, back then, it was only Dave from that's in Sister Sin now, and then me that joined the band, mm-hmm. and we formed the band Sister Sin. Mm-hmm. But I mean, that guitarist, he left after Jimmy, and finally, when Jimmy arrived in the band, our guitarist we have now, because me and Dave, we have always been the core on Sister Sin, so that's how we started.
Sounds good to me. What's the music scene like in Sweden?
The music scene?
Yeah.
The music scene in Sweden, I mean, it's good. It's very, very good country for playing music. It doesn't matter which kind of music. I mean, we do have a lot of pop music. We have Robin and I mean, ABBA and Ace of Base, all those kinds of bands too. So Sweden has always been very good with music. It's a very culture kind of country. So and because they make music too, it's always been a lot of rock music everywhere. But years ago, it was not that much metal. Mm-hmm. But I can feel a revival from the rock and the metal here in Sweden, so it's pretty good.
Good. Would you say that your musical influences have changed over the years since the day you first started out with these guys?
I can say that the core of my music influence so much changed, but mm-hmm. maybe the surrounding, because I mean, in my heart, I've always had a very much influences from Pantera mm-hmm. and Judas Priest and Sebastian Bach. Mm-hmm. But the surroundings has maybe changed a little bit, because a couple of years ago, or when we started many years ago, mm-hmm. I was more into the sleaze rock kind of music, right? Yeah. Back then, mm-hmm. and so not that so much anymore. So I'm more listening to In Flames and Soilwork and all those kinds of bands nowadays. So of course, but I will always come back to the beginning, to the roots, with Twisted Sister, with Judas Priest, with Motorhead, and because that's where my background is from.
Cool. Tell me about your new single, End of the Line. Why did you want to have this song be the first single off the new album?
It was from, of course, both us and the record label. Mm-hmm. So it's not, maybe not the normal thing to take that one as the single, but we talked a lot about it, and the record label actually felt that it was kind of a more anthem kind of a song that actually could be a very good start for this album. Mm-hmm. And I feel that that's very good, so I think that's why we chose it. And it's a good song to do a video. We're gonna shoot a video next week for that song.
Great. What are your songs about this time around, and who writes the songs?
Dave and Jimmy write music, and then all of us help to do the melodies, and of course we have to do melodies that suits my voice and that fits good in my chords and stuff like that. So we do that together. But the core of the music is Dave and Jimmy, and then Dave is the songwriter, the lyric writer.
Yeah.
For now at least, and he's a very good lyric writer. So I let him do the lyrics as long as comes up with these really great lyrics, because I really admire his work, because he works very intense with every song. He would never put out a bad lyric, or he thinks a lot about how to put down the sentence and how to put down everything so it fits and that it's not just simple words. So he puts a lot of effort into it. So he's good at that. He's want to continue. And I can stand for the lyrics he's writing, and I can do that. So, and the lyrics, I mean, they're still very much it's both about our experience. We have quite a few songs that's kind of our experience of being in a band these days and on tour and being, I mean, yeah, you can hear a lot of people telling you stuff and a lot of shit. So we have lyrics about that, but we also have lyrics about the world. I mean, that we are living and maybe not always agreeing what's happening around us, and we maybe not agree with everything. So that's also something that we kind of feel we like to tell what we think about. So
yeah. Well, where are you in the recording process of the new album?
The new album is actually already finished.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
So it's all done. So now we're just working on the process of promoting it.
Yeah.
It's gonna release. So put a little bit. Yeah, we have a couple of weeks before it's gonna release now, so we actually have time for promote it properly, doing a video and all that kind of stuff around the release. So, but it's all done.
All right. How was the vibe in the studio when you guys were recording and writing everything?
Oh, it was a good vibe. We don't get into fights in the studio or anything like that. We are when we are in the studio, we work, and we work very hard. It was a kind of moment where we were a bit stressed out about both, is this song good, or is the arrangement good, or should we do it another way, or it's not yet really finished, or something like that. So you could say it was actually work with the songwritings before we get into the studio, but it was very hard work when we get there, and it was a good process, but it was with a little bit of stress all the time.
Yeah. Well, I think stress comes with anything these days, even the smallest things.
Yes.
How would you describe the overall sound of this album, and how does it compare to your previous one?
It's absolutely more diverse and more dynamic than the former albums we've done, and it's absolutely even a bit more metal than Susanna the Underground. So if you can compare to Switchblade Serenades, we have taken one step further east rock, so probably even more into the really heavy metal, old school heavy metal kind of music, but with a kind of newer touch, because on this album we allowed ourselves to try out some experiment. Could you say that? experimented a bit. We tried out things. I mean, we have never used any kind of synthesizer or keyboards before, but we tried a little bit on this album. So and so now we actually are using kind of that a little bit, just a slightly touch of backing tracks and keyboard. But that was a good experience, really. And you can say if it's good or not. So, and it worked, and we actually know a ballad on this album, which we told that we never should do, but we did it this time, and we are really happy that we actually recorded that song. So, and hopefully people will see that we've grown, and they like the kind of a little bit newer sound, but I mean, we in riff and the cylinder riff.
Yeah. Did the band have any definite goals that they were shooting for, before the album, even got started?
Yeah, I think it's a hard question. I got the same question yesterday, and I don't really know what to answer, because I think that it turned out than we expected, but maybe not really what we expected. But then Jimmy told me that he thinks that the album turned out the way he kind of expected. So I think we have a little bit different ideas of how because everything happened so fast. We were on tour, and then we had to go home, and we made the songs, I think, in almost just 6 weeks, and then we hit the studio. So we didn't have time to reflect or even think about sound.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that could be bad and that could be good. For us, it was actually good, because then you were like kind of surprised what turned out, but happily surprised.
Yeah. Well, it's good that you were happy with the results in the long run.
Absolutely.
When did you start writing for this album, and would you say that the songwriting for it has differed, or would it be similar to your, to your previous works?
It was similar to our previous work. We are always very stressed when we do the songs, and we always wait until the last, second to do it. So the process was kind of the same, actually.
Yeah.
But this time we allowed ourselves, and we allowed the producer to in the studio we didn't have any. All kinds of things, like, written in stone when we got to the studio. So we actually tried out new melody, kind of arrangement that we've never done before. But the songwriting, I would say, is like we did on the last albums.
Alrighty. Did you feel any pressure for a follow-up?
Any pressure for...
To follow up on your last release, did you feel any pressure for this new album?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, of course, because I like Susanna the Underground very, very much. I think I'm very proud of that record, because it's like sort of rawness and energy from the beginning. And it's very hard to do that. We know that we couldn't do the same thing again, but we still have to do a record that would give people the same kind of energy, even if we try to make it more dynamic. And I know that people like that album very much, so yeah, we felt a big pressure. And this is our third album, so we really need to do a really, really good to try to break the market and try to tour even more and stuff like that. I mean, it's tough to be in this today. It's not easy. It's not an easy business. So absolutely, we felt the pressure, and we feel the pressure, because the records haven't been released, so we don't really know how people will take it yet.
Well, I hope you the best of luck when everything, comes through in the end.
Thank you.
What about this year? It's almost at the end, practically. What are your upcoming plans between now and the end of the year?
The thing is, we're planning mostly is, of course, for the release to do the video shoots for 1 or 2 videos. And in the meantime, now we still have the festival summer in Sweden is not yet finished, so we have festivals doing. We are going this weekend and next weekend playing festivals, and then we're doing shows in Scandinavia and advertise and the new album release. And hopefully we want to tour. I mean, of course, around the release. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to work on finding tours in the middle of fall or in the end of the fall at least. So we want to be on the road as much as possible. So that's our plan, to play here and tour.
Good. And lastly, is there anything else you'd want to say or add to this?
Well, I just hope that the people that like Sister Sin, that they really appreciate the kind of diverse sound that we have, and that hopefully they can also feel that this is the album where we actually individual has done the best. I mean, I never sing that good, and he will never play guitar as good as he do on this album. So I hope that everybody else there could feel that too, and hopefully we can get some fans that maybe won't not listen to our kind of music before, if they're not into sleaze rock or something like that. I hope that we can gather some more fans from the surroundings too with this album. I think so.